average weight for an adult rhino does vary a little bit, you know, a little variation, but they can weigh anywhere between 3,000 and 8,000 pounds. We are currently working on a platform for, we have a gauge tech scale with 4 sensors, so we're currently working on a platform that would be portable but also sturdy enough to support the rhinos, which is a little bit of a challenge. But in 2010, we were getting ready to ship out our last young male rhino, and so we had a crate attached to the barn that we were going to ship them out in. And one of the ways we were able to get weights on them was to pick up each side of the crate with a forklift and place the sensors underneath of it. So in April of 2010, we did get a weight on Gabby, and that's the last weight that we've gotten so far. But it would be nice if we could monitor their weights every month. But her weight in 2010 was about 4,500 pounds, so she's a little over 2 tons. So she's a pretty big girl. Rhinos are territorial, more so the males than the females. White rhinos are the most social of all the rhino species. They will form herds, or groups of rhinos are also called crashes sometimes. But again, the males will be a little bit more territorial, keep a check of all the females in their territory, and they do mark their territories every so often using their feces, so again as a scent indicator of that that's their territory. Rhinos are a little bit more tricky to give them enrichment than some other animals. They might not be quite as excitable as some other animals such as the gorillas or the carnivores, but yes, the rhinos do have their favorite toys. We give them a lot of different enrichment items. We give them physical enrichment. So some of the examples is that we do get every so often donated those big street sweeper brushes, the really coarse brushes, and we'll hang them up in their holding yards, and they like to rub their horns against them and rub all the dirt off their backs and everything. We do give them plastic planters, really big ones. They like to carry those around on their horns or also smash them up. And our male rhino Archie, one of his favorite things is we do have a little tire hanging in his holding yard, and he likes to rub his head against it, and then he'll kind of swing it around and let it hit him all over the face. So that's one of his favorites. I think Gabby likes a lot of things that, again, she can rub on. You know, they love getting rubbed and getting, you know, cleaned up. And so anything that she can roll or rub on is what she's pretty prone to go towards. Our southern white rhinos, their horns are actually made up of keratin, which is the same stuff that our hair and our fingernails are made up of. So if you really think about it, a lot of people throughout the world in different countries think that the rhino horns have a lot of medicinal purposes, and again, that's why a lot of times that they're poached for their horns. So if you guys really think about it, their horns are actually just giant fingernails. So they are really special to them, but they might not be as special as some people think that they are in order to poach them. Rhino horns, they do grow their whole lives. They will keep growing. Our rhinos, they do rub their horns a little bit differently, so you might see different shapes to distinguish which rhino is which. That is a great question. No, not that I am aware. Archie does not have a fan club. I'm sure he would really love one. He's a really great rhino. Archie was estimated to be born in 1969, so that's about 42 years old. So like I mentioned earlier, rhinos can typically live about 40 to 50 years, so he's getting pretty up there. But again, Archie would, I'm sure love to have a fan club. He's very personable. If you guys do want to support Archie throughout the zoo and also around the community, Bolt City Brewery, our local brewery, a really great place. They do have a beer that was modeled kind of after Archie. They do have Bolt City Brewery's Archie's Rhino Rye Pale Ale. It's a really good beer for all you guests that are old enough to partake in that. So again, if you guys see the little rhino tap around town at some of the local restaurants, again, that's after our Archie. So it's a really good support for us.